Welcome to WROL Broadcast. I am Hate Mail. With me today we have Tewtytron.
Hello, how are you?
And Tewtytron seems rather subdued today.
I'm drinking. I like stay up really late. For during raids, I stay up super late. Like I think it was 5:30 a.m. last night when I went to bed.
Wow. Did you
So
finish last night? Did you get to 500?
I did. Yes, I cut it off about 20 minutes after I did that.
Wow, nice.
Drinking my energy drink right now. Hopefully, I'll be a little bit more uppity by the end of this.
I've been I've been drinking a lot since this pandemic has started because while I'm busier than ever due to the nature of my job, it is all
Mhm.
work from home now, and it's very, I mean, we're technically allowed to drink at work. We could take clients out to events and, there's always some reason to drink. But like in the middle of the day, especially today, it was, well, I mean, Sunday, so I wasn't working, but it was outside. It's hot, sun's going. I was thinking about getting in the pool and then I never did because I never had time today because I was spending 6 hours editing the
Oh
episode I
Jesus!
just released, the sexiest episode, and I was trying to choreograph the pictures and video with the audio, and oh my god, it took forever. I mean, it
Yeah.
took forever. So, but anyway,
So you're boozy on me.
yeah, I've been drinking quite a bit today.
Good. That puts me to sleep though. I can't like I drank a bottle of wine before I started raiding last night, so it almost put me to sleep. I had to drink like 2 energy drinks just to get to 5 in the morning.
Well, it makes me tired if it's later or if yeah, wine. I don't know why. I was such a big wino, and then in the last like I would say year, 6 months to a year, I had some really, really, really bad wine hangovers. And if you don't get like the really, really expensive wine that has no sulfites in it, it just, I don't know. It just hasn't meshed well with me. So
Oh,
I've ironically been drinking a lot of Corona. So
oh. Whatchamacallit? Bizarro just messaged me and said he's not ready at all. So,
okay. Well, we can have Bizarro on. We do want to we'll talk with him about it on your podcast, but as
right.
you may or may not have heard out there, people, Bizarro has unretired. That didn't last very long.
Not at all.
I don't even think he actually ever retired. But this is like the worst time in the universe, especially if you like, can't go do things. Because while I'm busy working wise, I am. It is sad not being able to go out to dinner and go out
Right.
places. That part of it sucks.
I'm going insane. I wait until about 11 p.m. and then I make a quick run to my 24-hour Taco John's and get some like donut bites and chicken nuggets because that's like the best I can do without getting within 6 feet of someone. So I'm just allowed. I'm happy I'm allowed to still leave the dang house at this point.
Yeah, it's.
Some states aren't that lucky at this point in
I mean,
time.
technically you can. You can say you're going to the grocery store or something, but yeah, it's limited.
Yeah,
Lots
that's
of your
fair.
dogs are getting lots of walks.
Well, I'm technically unemployed now. I lost my job due to this. So
That sucks.
uh, I know, but it gives me less to do on it, like outside the house. And now I'm just like tired all the time because I'm up late and I want to make more like 2D tunes. I'm like, oh, I should capitalize and make more 2D tunes and stuff. And um, I haven't done as much as I wanted to. So
It's amazing. Like when I was out of work from my illness, I thought I was gonna have like all this free time, so I'm home all day. I got nothing to do. I have no responsibility. Yet
right.
it takes you longer to do everything when you're home and off. I don't know what it is. Like when
You just sit down and you get tired from sitting down
yeah,
and you
exactly. Yeah, a body in motion stays in motion type of thing.
exactly.
So
Yep.
speaking of staying in motion, how did you like the raids?
Fair enough. I guess we can get on topic. Whatchamacallit. So I didn't think this raid was that bad, honestly. I didn't really get a whole lot of bugs, which was nice. And I feel like the character selection, the bonus characters, really alter how well and how smooth raids go because um, I didn't use anywhere near the amount of energy I used in the last one because I can't remember who the bonus characters were in the last raid, but I do remember that I bought all of 5 of the $5 packs, and I only made it to like 265 million, and I wanted to cut myself off there because I still had 100 extra energy from those packs, and I wanted to like compound energy every siege, so that way eventually I could do the 500 every time and just have this massive stockpile of energy. But this time, I made it above 500 without getting to that last 100. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't know. I always seem to have lots of energy. Like I have 1200 regular energy, and I think I have like 2600 PvP energy,
Jesus.
or not PvP. I mean Alliance energy. Yeah, I burned through a lot of Alliance energy this time because I went harder than I usually go,
Yeah.
but that built back up my regular energy from getting the MVP like all
Oh,
day on Friday, I think.
see, that's the thing though. Like, you only get that energy if you're the MVP.
Will be the MVP then.
Well, in the Owls? Are you kidding me? That's impossible. Like,
Actually, I don't think there was a lot of people playing that day because the other people had gone so hard earlier. So that
oh,
was,
it's impossible.
but
I went. I did like my minimum the first day and a half of it, and then I switched over to solo on the Friday, Saturday, and I'm still hitting it right now. But the yeah, I do most of my stuff on the first 2 days.
are you 500 already?
I'm above 500 at this
Oh, okay.
point.
So you're still grinding.
Yeah.
I can't. As soon as I hit 500, I stop immediately. I can't do anymore. Like, I usually lose my mojo around 300, and I decided yesterday I was gonna get to 400 so that Sunday could be an easier day.
Hmm.
And it was. It was nice because I was working on that episode, and I didn't feel like, oh gosh, I gotta hurry, I gotta finish because I gotta keep grinding. I was trying to do it in this background, but I kept needing to go into the game and make video, so
Yeah.
it wasn't working.
I'm trying to stay top 50 in the solo section so that I can get more legendary essence. Um,
It's not
I
much
think
though.
I think shards too. It's like 10, I think, 10 grand more, but that's like half an hour, 45 minutes of not grinding Lord of the Unliving or whatever it is.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't. I don't need a legendary essence, so that makes it
Yeah,
nice.
you're in
And
a category of your own.
so the the shards. It's not a character I'll ever rebirth, so
Yeah, I'm starting to really think about um, who I'm trying to rebirth, and they made it difficult for me because, well, now that Chemo is like a turn zero taunter that bleeds, which is what I've been waiting for, which is what a lot of people have been waiting for, and then they made Talia a siege character for April, and Talia is one of my people that I want to rebirth, and Chemo isn't very durable. So I had to rebirth Chemo for Siege, and I'm thinking of using the rebirth tokens from the sale, the Siege sale, on Talia, so that I can have her prepared more. And hopefully I'll have her rebirth 3, but I wanted to save up 50 rebirth crystals, so that way, if and when the Ra's al Ghul rework happens, or someone that I really care about happens, I could instantly rebirth 5 them. That would be a phenomenal idea, but I keep getting delayed.
yeah. I was hoarding my tokens for a long time, crystals. But sometimes you make bad decisions. Like, I mean, I still like him, my RB5 Flash. Like, he's fun, but he doesn't fit any of my themes. He's not part of any team that I usually run. So I have to kind of shoehorn him in, and
I
so
mean, if you want to instantly clear a board, just put him with Lex and you'll easily.
yeah. But I'm already over the Lex teams. So
Yeah, I know.
I mean, they're
Same.
cool, they're good, they're effective. I'm tired of them already. I'm tired of seeing them. I'm tired. I mean, they're so good, and I like using them on those teams. But I like to run a lot of auto, and Flash doesn't open with his one or two, so you have to manually start the match that way.
Right.
I mean, granted, my stun team's kind of the same way, but it still seems to run pretty well in auto. And another note, though, I did get Catwoman to RB4 today, so I was
Ooh,
pretty excited about that.
that is fun. Like she's a character that I respect quite a bit in this game. Just the fact that like she has so much more on her kit than people realize. I think she's just a little slower, and unless you rebirth for her, she doesn't dish out all the damage that you'd want from a character. Like I think she's got the assassin kit, doesn't she? Or is it a fighter kit? Hold on.
I don't know anything about kids.
I normally just look at crit chance.
I
Like if
rely
it,
on Kage or you to tell me what the kits are.
after checking the stats, when I started doing 2D tunes and I started checking the stats of all the characters, like it all really like became categorized for me. And basically the best way to check what type of kit they have is to look at their crit chance. And hers is 25%, so she's just a striker. Um, but like
But
the
at
heal,
RB4, but at RB3, she did a lot of damage. Like especially when she crits. When she crits, she does insane damage.
uh,
Like her basic will
will
um
stack.
yeah, it takes a like a Wonder Girl. If she has like half life, I can usually just hit her with the basic and she dies.
And did you got the rebirth tokens from hitting five or not? You're not at
No,
500,
I
are you?
had some anyway. I'll be
Okay.
um actually I think I have enough to rebirth another character now too. I'm debating on who is. I think my next tune, because it's gonna take me a long time to get to RB5 with Catwoman and Killer Frost. Killer
Mm.
Frost is closer, and she's a higher priority for me. I have her. I have 1100 into, so I need 600 more,
Well, who do you consider
700 more.
who do you consider the queen of stuns now that Hawk Girl is?
Yeah, it's tough because Hawkgirl is pretty awesome. I still lean towards Killer Frost. I don't know why. I just think she's slightly better on my particular that Hal Jordan, Donna Troy, Killer Frost,
Right.
Catwoman team. But I think, but Hawkgirl's much more plug and play. Like she really can just kind of fit in any team. I think she is my next RB5. I really like her, but I only have 2,300 shards of her. So, and
Oh, interesting.
so I don't have nearly as many. I don't know. A lot of people I talk to seem to have so many more, and I don't know where they all
Yeah,
got them from.
she only has one node. It's not like going through
Yeah, which speaking of
people
which, I
and
keep
stuff.
forgetting to farm it. Actually, I'm farming it right now.
I have been farming Dr. Fate node. I refresh it to 50 gems um, every day, and I've been doing that for the past 6 months. And I am now at I think like 18 to 1900 frags above L5.
He
But
deserves a good rework, and I'm sure he'll get one eventually.
yeah, I'm waiting though to rebirth him at all because I want to instantly rebirth 5 him from like L5 to rebirth 5 and then do like a video on it and make it like a hype trailer, kind of like the ones that I do for DCL.
Oh, that'd be
Uh,
cool.
right? Yeah, that's what I thought too. But that is going to be a long way off, I think. Um, whatchamacallit? How do you feel about the Trinity being the bosses for the
I
raid?
actually think that was really cool of them to do that. And
Really?
yeah, I just think it was fun, different. Though
I
I
like
do,
the caricatures that they have for their faces.
yeah, I kind of wish they would have did. I really wish it would have I wish this would herald in like. I mean, I guess they could still do it, but we already know what next month is, and I wish it would have heralded in like the next month. Like the kind of the theme. I wish next month was a Superman month because
That would make a lot of sense if they started doing that because it technically is always a part of that next month's notes
yeah,
anyway. Um, I don't know where they got the Nightwing skin idea, um, but the Superman one I'm very interested in because the Nightwing is just a recolor and Superman
the portrait's
like
so much different though. I love the
yeah,
portrait. They did such a
they
good job.
actually made him look older. It didn't look like a recolor as much as it did, and they took away his cape too. So that's like a visual effect that changed. It wasn't just a recolor.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job and it made it look cooler. I like the idea of the portraits, and I kind of always wished they would have done like some type of reward for like a specialized portrait for top of something or completing certain events and things. I thought that would be cool. So and they kind of are doing that with the skin of Superman for being top 500 in raids.
Well, did you buy the Nightwing skin?
Oh, of course.
Okay, yeah, because the I'm pretty sure the Nightwing portrait is different than his
Oh, it
other.
is. It's very different.
Yeah, and it looks good, honestly.
It looks the actually all of them, even like when you look at the black skin for Atrocitus, it looks like different art and it looks really good. Um, the Alan Scott I think isn't different. I think he's just dark. Let me look. Let me put his
No,
skin.
oh, you're right. I think you're right on that one.
Yeah, and Hal Jordan's is not much different, but
To be
some of the
fair,
other
though,
ones they've started doing them.
yeah, I didn't buy the Hal Jordan one. I think Hal Jordan is just too boring of a character for me to buy that. I know I felt the same way about Alan Scott, but Alan Scott's first skin looks significantly better than his second skin, but everyone keeps the second skin because it gives him the green glowiness
Yeah,
effect. But you're right. The portrait for Alan Scott looks, I think, a lot better in the Black Lantern skin.
yeah, they've done that with a lot of the skins. Like I love the Atrocitus portrait in the Black Lantern skin. Like it just
Yeah,
looks cool. And
it's like
then
ferocious.
yeah, and then so they've started stepping up their game with a lot of stuff. It definitely seems like it's funny because I remember us doing a podcast probably 6, 7 months ago, maybe 8 months ago, where we were like, well, we think this game's winding down. They're probably, And
Right.
I get in the exact opposite feeling, and based on what they're saying when we ask them questions, like even now with everybody being home, we're like, is the game going to slow down? And they're like, no, full steam ahead, unless we run into technical difficulties. So
Good. Good.
I think this game, I don't think it matters so much how much this game makes when you look at the grand scheme of things, because I think it's very inexpensive for them to produce. But I think Warner Brothers looks at this game as, hey, this is good advertisement for the DC brand.
Yeah, that's true. They do have staff though, which like kind of worries me because like in the potential looming crisis we could be a part of, um, I feel like maybe this could be one of the first staff things to furlough, or like get rid of.
It's a gaming company, and they work from home. And gaming, I mean, you look at just revenues and stocks, gaming companies are doing better
That's
because
fair.
people are home and have nothing better to do. So
It's true.
it may be difficult. The spending, though, and that's,
Exactly. Like
that could potentially take an impact, but still,
a lot of people are losing their jobs, and like me, for example, and like I want to buy all of the Siege packs for next month because Tali is one of them, and I want all those Rebirth tokens. But at the same time, I'm like, should I like not spend that money anymore? But I don't know. The regardless of all of that economic stuff, the the game itself, I think, is headed in a good direction because like you said, the graphic design is getting better. All these characters that are coming out all have incredible animations lately. They're not like whoever designed Beast Boy's face anymore.
poor
You
Beast
know,
Boy.
exactly. But, well, Mr. Miracle, to be fair, was just as ugly, and he was pretty recent.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
Yeah, that was a terrible
He's
release.
Yeah, if they ever rework Raj Al Ghul, I'm gonna have to beg Warner Brothers to ungear a character for me again. Maybe he's on the list.
I don't. That's so weird. They could just easily get rid of the Dan quest. It's not that bad.
I know. I can't understand why they can't do that. That way I can just breathe easy and just gear everybody.
Speaking of a rework for Ra's al Ghul, now that we have Disease and Doom in the game,
He fits both of them very well, yes.
yes, in his lore, every time he tries to like mass murder people, it's generally with some sort of like virus or disease or something, like mass spread an entire city or something like that. Um, so it fits him very well, but at the same time, I like the silence idea. I want him to be like the father of silence, but I don't know, because that's the whole assassin kit thing that they've developed. Most of the assassins have silence in their kit.
He needs to make it so that if they want silence to work, it needs to be like if a character if a character has silence and attacks somebody, they guarantee to get counterattack or something. They gotta call assists or counterattack against silence characters like in mass.
Well, I wonder if the people who redesigned heal immunity are still around, or like, I don't know what the apprehension towards changing some things around is, because like silence and affinity buffs, and there's a few like agility downs, I don't really feel like are that prominent. Like they could really do. They have a whole like list of buffs and debuffs that aren't that useful or aren't being utilized as good as they could be, and they could really capitalize it by just changing a few things around.
Yeah, agility down is pretty terrible.
I was so mad when they reworked Suicide Squad Deadshot and it like became a bleeder instead of a agility down call assister,
They
which is
should
what.
just remove agility down from the game. And I mean,
Yeah,
I guess well, they have intelligence down. They need, I don't know.
that's an all-encompassing buff though with
Yeah,
heals,
agility and
special.
strength should combine. Like it should be an all-encompassing as well. Like why is agility, intelligence together, but agility is completely separate?
Yeah, I don't know. None of it makes sense to me anymore, but I don't know. I'm enjoying it. I, as far as raids go, I think they're still boring as ever.
Oh,
And
at 300 million, I struggle once I always, that seems to be my plateau. Like that's when I'm like, okay, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
right, and like everyone keeps saying, "Oh, I'd rather have them just focus on something else, and I'd rather them just not touch raids ever again, so we can get something different and something better." And I'm like, yes, but here's the problem: we still do have raids every month, and it takes up an entire weekend, and whatchamacallit, it is boring as all get out. Like,
They just need to reduce the time. Like I think changing the fundamentals of it aren't going to happen now. It's too set.
yeah, that's fair.
Just make it one day event. Like let me lose one day instead.
The problem with that though is that you limit people's
2 days.
like. Okay,
Let's do 2 days.
that's fair. 2 days is acceptable,
Yeah,
I think.
like a Friday, Saturday or something.
If
Or
you can get to whatever their top limit is within 8 hours of just pure grinding,
yeah,
that's, I think, acceptable over the course of 2 days.
yeah. I just 4 or 5 days or whatever it is now, and
I have
it's nonsense.
one question for you though. So there's been a debate that I've been getting heated comments on over Reddit about putting the skin, the earnable one, in the top 500 of solo rewards. Do you feel like that is a fair reward?
I personally think it should be in the alliance,
Okay.
but
Like the top
I
50
don't know.
alliances?
I don't know. I mean, I think making something. I mean, you've got to do something. Like if you want to give a reason for people to gear their characters and rise through the ranks, because right now half the modes punish you for gearing your characters. So if you want to like have something to work towards, don't you think skins are the thing to do? Because it doesn't change the power level of your character, completely cosmetic. Like that's if you're going to give something that not everybody can obtain, that's what you do it with.
Yeah, I agree with you
Same thing
completely.
even with the purchasable, like when they changed it from 4,000 gems. So I think they just did the first one as kind of a, hey, we got skins now, we're going to make it, cheap and easy, but then they moved it to 9.99. Like if you want
Right.
the game to make money off something, wouldn't you rather it be that than something that makes my character so much more powerful than yours?
I agree with you completely. Like that's the side I took when I was fighting these guys. I was like, it's it doesn't change my chances of winning anything. It's purely for looks and like it if I were to struggle all weekend to get to the top of the leaderboards, which I did in Orm PvP and Siege, Alliance and Solo. Like I spent almost all of these 4 days on DCL. Like
It's a good thing you
I'm
didn't have a job.
exactly. That's why I was capable of doing that. But whatchamacallit, like, how am I supposed to be rewarded with that, like, time commitment slash money commitment? Because it did eat up a lot of my gems. I didn't just win this Superman skin. Like, I pretty much bought it with all the gems that I spent for energy for Siege
Yeah.
or raids or whatever it is. I always mix the two up.
Yeah,
And
I'm with you on that because I think just everybody wants everything for free. This game is so generous in comparison to other games that
it,
these mobile games at least that everybody's kind of gotten used to getting everything, and some things you're gonna have to gear your characters and rank up, or
Yeah.
spend an obscene amount of time over the weekend playing. I mean, you really don't need to be that high a rank to get up there. Um,
I think you could. I think the cutoff for top 500 last time was just like 260, 280 million.
I mean, it's a lot, but you can just run in and tag and exit bosses over and over and probably get there. So
Yeah. I don't know how much energy recuperation you get from that because I think
yeah,
most
probably
of
not
the
much.
energy recuperation comes from being MVP, and I also think the max amount is like two, unless
But I
you're
can
doing.
tell you, like all the red bosses, if you had one maxed Hawkman, I mean, you don't even need any other characters. I just ran Hawkman on most of my matches.
The level 68 Superman that's red, yeah, I just
And
put
even
my
the blue one, Hawkman would work when I'd forget.
really
Yeah,
the 51 blue.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
I did that a
I
couple
didn't
times
know
on
that.
accident, and he finished the match. I mean, it would be close, but it wasn't fast. It just
It's
went
because he
faster.
keeps stunning the Superman though, because
Yeah,
then
I mean, he never. I didn't have to worry about dying. It was just a matter of could I kill him fast enough.
yeah, yeah, that's true.
And
I
then
also did that.
I don't know. I mean, this raid was easier just because I'm home. There isn't much going on, and I discovered that ridiculous Tiger Kings show.
Oh, I watched the first episode of it, and wow.
My wife, she worked for a nonprofit for a large animal rescue type place. So a lot of her friends were saying, "Oh, you have to watch this. You have to watch this." And so she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna put this show on," and I was raiding, so I was watching it casually in the background, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this show is insane!" And then by the second episode, I'm hooked, and I'm like, "This is so
Yeah,
ridiculous." But I mean, everybody apparently is hooked on it. I'm
I've
late to the
been
show like usual, but
I've been on Netflix like all weekend too. Like I started Schitt's Creek on Thursday, and now I think I'm in the last season right now. Like over the last 3 days, I've binged 4 seasons of the show, just DCLing, and I pay more attention to the show than I do DCL because I can do this raid on auto easily. And towards the end of the season, it's kind of like The Office or Parks and Rec, where it gets real emotional. And I sent a message to the Alliance right before I went to bed. I was like, I just really appreciate you guys. I didn't realize that I'm so emotional right now. That was like 5 in the morning, so you probably didn't see it.
well, well, make sure you watch for those of you to because I just released the episode, so you'll be listening to this afterwards. But make sure you listen all the way to the very, very end of the sexiest episode because this is what goes on in our alliance chat during raids because people are so bored and crazy. So
Oh gosh, I've listened to the first 2 minutes. You just released it before we started recording this,
yeah,
and I was like, "Ooh, this is gonna get good."
yeah, it was one of the most entertaining episodes we've had in a while. So
Good. I'm happy for that.
yeah. All right. Well, anything else you want to chat about before we wrap this up?
Uh, no, I think I'm good.
All right. Well, with that, thanks all for listening. Me and Tewtytron just randomly blabbing, but we said we would get a lot of episodes out to you. So, we don't want to. I'll have a Patreon episode or advertisement at the end, but obviously, I know a lot of people losing their jobs don't have any money. So, if you want to support the show and you are unable to financially do so, do us a big favor and go on to iTunes, Google Play, all those, and leave us a review, preferably 5 stars. But if you want to leave 1 star reviews, that's okay too. And but leave us some reviews, hit like, subscribe, that whole thing, because we don't have many on iTunes or Google Play. So
Hmm.
anyway, thanks for listening.
Hi, this is Renee Sylvia88, DC Legends moderator. Thank you for listening to this episode of WROL Broadcast. If you liked the show, please check out patreon.com/WROL Broadcast and find out how to get cool perks. Did you hear? Kage is live streaming in the nude.
So we're finally covering disease spreading.